Hello and welcome to WMLT News. I'm Courtney Vanatter.
And I'm Brian Allen. The United States defended itself against United Nations accusations on Monday of not doing enough to combat climate change. The United Nations cited the fact that the U.S. abandoned the Kyoto Protocol. U.S. Delegate Jonathan Pershing defended the states by noting a series of steps taken in recent years, like sharply increasing fuel efficiency standards on cars and trucks. He also claimed that the United States has taken measures to help poorer countries with financing climate-changing measures. The 20-year-old UN talks have yet to fulfill their main purpose of reducing greenhouse gas emissions and keep global temperature rise under 2 degrees Fahrenheit. A recent projection by the World Bank's estimates temperatures to rise by 4 degrees by 2100. A man is sentenced to 2 years of probation for posting an internet video of a boy kicking a cat. 18-year-old named Robert Carter pleaded guilty to misdemeanor animal cruelty. According to court officials, a woman and her daughter saw the video of a 14-year-old boy kicking the cat and reported it to Berkeley County Sheriff's Department. In the video, Carter is encouraging the teenage boy to kick the cat off a porch. Carter must perform 300 hours of community service. Berkeley County Magistrate Sandra Miller originally sentenced Carter to 6 months in jail, but the charge has been suspended. However, it is not yet known if the minor was charged.
15 Western Regional Jail security guards are on suspension after suspicious activity. The Charleston Gazette reports that Joe DeLong, who works as an authority executive at the Barboursville-based correctional facility, is concerned about a buddy system that was developed among the guards at the jail. Some of the guards are accused of using excessive force against inmates, and others allegedly brought contraband into the jail. The paper also reports that DeLong is concerned that some of the guards may have been accused of covering up wrongdoing. DeLong also told lawmakers that the authority want to install surveillance cameras in the regional jails. Superstorm Sandy may be over here in West Virginia, but as Wes McKinney reports, the devastation is still being dealt with.
Snapped tree branches, lame power lines, and splintered power poles are common sights along Preston County roadways. Some rural areas of the county received nearly 5 feet of snow during Hurricane Sandy. County Commission President Craig Jennings says it could be summer before Preston cleans up from the devastating storm.
And I'm sure into this summer, when people are going out to different parts of their farm, into some of those areas, the wintertime they don't fool with here in Preston County, that they'll still have to. Within a week here in Preston County, but our secondary roads are still in a lot of shape. Roads like Salt Lick, it's just awful.
Even though people of Preston County saw unprecedented and crippling snow, Jennings says the power outages had the greatest effect. At the height of the storm, 96% of the county residents were without power. Jennings says while structure damage will be costly, it'll be the cost of generators and fuel that could hurt the area economy.
The biggest problem are the individuals that are $1,000 generator, and then they had to spend $50, $60 a day to keep it running for 2 weeks. And that's how people's pocketbooks were hit the most. To compile that damage is very difficult to do because it's so widespread.
Eric Beldina, owner of Beldina's Pharmacy in Masontown, was able to keep his drugstore open during the power outage, but he felt the painful cost of running on a generator.
We lost business because we weren't open on a regular schedule for those days, and then the gas for the generator for here was about $331.
Jennings says for Preston County, the June derecho doesn't even pale in comparison to Hurricane Sandy. For WMLT News, I'm Wes McKinney in Preston County.
Now with this week's Concord Minute, here's Dalton Paul.
Thanks, guys. Concord University's mock trial team placed 4th in the Phi Alpha Delta fraternity's National Pre-Law Conference and Mock Trial Competition in Washington, D.C. The 8-person team of Concord students was coached by Marshall S. Campbell, Director of Human Resources and Pre-Law Instructor at Concord. The competition involved 15 teams across the nation, in which Concord was the smallest school in the competition. A concert was held Thursday by the Make-A-Wish Foundation to raise money for a local child with cancer to go to Disney World. The performers included many folk artists and rock artists. The concert was sponsored by the Concord University Organizational Communication class. Concord University is having a holiday open house at University Point Tuesday from 5 to 7 p.m. Activities include an evening of holiday music, refreshments, and festive fun. In addition to the holiday festivities, there will be several student performances. These include the Concord's and jazz and Celtic performers. Once again, the Salvation Army is holding its Angel Tree Project. Students may pick a paper angel off the Christmas tree in the Student Center. The paper angel has a name of a deserving child that students can sponsor for the holidays. As this may be the only gifts they receive for the winter, many students are excited to help the children in need. Finally, the end of the semester is fast approaching, and Concord students are preparing for the last week of classes and final exams. Many are prepping themselves to begin the long week of late-night studying and cramming. However, as Concord students know, our month-long Christmas break is right around the corner. That concludes this week's CU Minute. Back to you guys at the desk.
Stay tuned. We'll return with more WMLT News in just a moment.
Welcome back to WMLT News. With holiday season drawing near, WMLT Scott Noble has the latest on Black Friday.
Mercer Mall was a hub of shopping activity on Black Friday where shoppers came out in force to find the best holiday bargains. Some outlets opened at 8 p.m. on Thanksgiving night to get an edge on the competition. Retailer Sharon White said the early opening did not make that big a difference.
So, and honestly, I don't think it would have even mattered if they would open at 7, where everybody else could have been off, because you're still going to get the same deals.
Although early shoppers were out in great numbers, many waited until the afternoon to enjoy a day of bargain hunting. Marcy Martin was taking a break from the hustle and bustle of the afternoon and expressed her satisfaction with the day's events.
A lot of awesome items for hardly nothing. Great for Christmas shopping. I mean, it's been awesome.
The next big event of the season for those looking for the best deals kicked off on November 26th, also known as Cyber Monday, the online equivalent of Black Friday. For WMLT News, this is Scott Noble reporting from Mercer Mall in Bluefield.
Coal companies announced massive callback of miners. In Roanoke, Virginia, Southern Coal announced this massive rehiring of miners in southern West Virginia, southwest Virginia, and eastern Kentucky. In Charleston, West Virginia, the Justice Family's Southern Coal Corporation said Tuesday they secured orders allowing it to save 500 Appalachian mining jobs and hire workers for 650 new positions. In a press release, Southern Coal announced it had entered into a multi-year agreement with Electric Power, allowing these jobs to be created and saved. The justices said, "We are so happy to be able to save jobs, especially at this time of year. We hope this will make the holidays a little better for those affected." Studies have revealed that Americans waste 33 million tons of food each year. This has many economic and environmental impacts. Also, 40% of food in the United States is unused. This rises to almost 165 billion in unused goods. Also, food thrown away as trash will end up in landfills. This food will rot and form methane, a potentially deadly greenhouse gas. Jonathan Bloom, an expert on waste problems, says a lot of it has to do with Americans following expiration dates wholeheartedly. He states that expiration dates are almost always extremely conservative, and people have also developed the habit of, when in doubt, throw it out. Most of these expiration dates are actually referencing food quality and not safety. Also, many resources are wasted in the process of preparing and growing food that is not consumed. Most notably, the amount of petroleum products used in food processing. Water usage, global warming, and loss of soil fertility are all serious things to consider, all of which are increasing to produce more food. Many of our resources are then just thrown away. Some things to cut down on food waste are freeze leftovers, following expiration dates as merely peak quality of your food and not just as when is unusable, and planning before shopping. Also, composting your leftover food products returns nutrients to the soil, and it is a much better alternative to simply throwing it all away. All of these things can help to bring down the amount of waste in the United States and help conserve our resources for future generations.
Powerball ticket sales are surging in West Virginia as players continue to buy chances to win the largest jackpot in the multi-state game history and the second largest in the world. As of Tuesday afternoon, the Powerball jackpot had grown to $500 million. West Virginia lottery spokesperson Nikki Orcutt says people were lining up throughout the Mountain State to buy their Powerball tickets ahead of Wednesday night's drawing. The current world record is the Mega Millions jackpot of $756 million that 3 ticket holders won last March. West Virginia's unofficial state song is making a push to become official. Dreama Denver is lobbying to make Take Me Home Country Roads a West Virginia state song. At Dreama's request, Marty Gearhart plans to introduce a resolution in 2013 that would make the song official. Denver hopes West Virginia will contact their legislators and urge them to approve the resolution. Country Roads has been played by WVU's marching band since 1972, just 1 year after it was recorded. If the legislation is approved, Country Roads will join West Virginia Hills, This Is My West Virginia, and West Virginia, My Home Sweet Home as West Virginia's state songs.
Authorities in Long Island are investigating how shredded confidential police documents ended up as confetti in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in New York City. According to Nassau County Police, Saul Finkelstein was watching the parade with his 18-year-old son, Ethan, when they noticed a piece of confetti that seemed to have a Social Security number on it. When examining the paper closely, they realized that the shreds were Nassau County Police documents. The documents included names, Social Security numbers, bank information, and dates of birth of Nassau County police officers and detectives. The Nassau County Police are very concerned about this situation and are currently investigating how the papers made it from Long Island to Manhattan and into the parade. Now here with this week's Ticket or Leave It, here's Chris Anderson.
Thanks, guys. It's January 1865 and U.S. President Abraham Lincoln has just started his second term in office as an immensely popular leader, especially among his supporters because of his down-to-home attitude. However, the country is in turmoil with the Civil War entering its fourth year and having taken the lives of many soldiers on both sides. Lincoln believes that passage of the 13th Amendment to the Constitution, which would abolish slavery, would most importantly achieve something he strongly believes, to end the Civil War. As the Civil War continues to rage, America's president struggles with the continuing carnage on the battlefield and as he fights with many inside his own cabinet on the decision to emancipate the slaves. The stars of Lincoln include the last of the Mohicans, Daniel Day-Lewis as Abraham Lincoln and Sally Field as Mary Todd Lincoln. You're not going to want to miss this one. Out of 5 stars, Lincoln is a strong 4.5. Yen Martel's best-selling novel, Life of Pi, emerged in a theater near you on November 21st of this year. The fictional voyage of Pai Patel features his journey from Pondicherry, India. His mode of transportation of a considerably large freighter eventually leaves him stranded in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. The young man is left with a 26-foot boat, accompanied by an orangutan, a zebra, a hyena, and a Bengal that hosts the name of Richard Parker, whom assists Pai in a fight for immediate survival. This unexpected box office hit has generated over $22 million in a revenue since its appearance. That's all for this week's Ticket or Leave It. Now back to Brian and Courtney at the desk.
Shelley Capito has announced her candidacy for the West Virginia Senate seat in 2014. She will run against Senator Jay Rockefeller, who has held office for 28 years. Capito said her early announcement will allow her to focus on her role in the House of Representatives, and she will not start campaigning immediately. After Capito's announcement, Rockefeller said his total focus is on the national budget and rebuilding a strong middle class. Capito is already facing criticism from the Conservative Club for growth for her middle-of-the-road political views.
This has been WMLT News for this semester. Thanks for watching.
We hope to see you next semester.